When I go to the UK, higher ang pounds compared sa dollar. So ang inisip ko, I can achieve that quicker or probably it's possible as well for me. I can have a house and probably just one car. Yun yung success for me.
Nag-iba ba?
So gusto ko talagang mag-medicine, di ba? So after kong graduate, sabi ng parents ko, anak, wala tayong pera pang medicine. Kailangan kong ipaalala sa utak ko, sa isip ko. Bakit mo nga ba ito ginagawa? Kasi sobrang hirap. Ang hirap talaga ng medicine. So, oh my God. Pero sabi nila, kasi gusto namin ma-achieve mo yung dream mo. Kasi pangarap din nila yun. Pangarap namin, pangarap nila. So sabi ko, failure is not an option.
Kamusta? My name is Manong George and I've been here in the UK for over 15 years. Katulad ba kita na isang OFW na nangangarap ng mas magandang buhay? Well, itong podcast ay para sa inyo. Kasi dito sa podcast na to, pag-uusapan natin ang pera in a positive light. Dito kakausap tayo ng mga guest na may magandang diskarte para tulungan tayong umangat sa buhay. Kasi lahat tayong mga nag-abroad, malayo na, pero malayo pa. So again, come and join us here in this podcast, Manifesting with Manong George. Hi, Manong George here. Welcome to the podcast, Manifesting with me, Manong George. So, tayong mga OFW, tulad ng lahat ng tao, may pangarap din. However, in our journey, minsan, we have to put yung pangarap natin. We have to put that aside for a lot of other things. May it be for our family or for ourselves. Or minsan yun yung tawag ng sitwasyon. So today we have a very special guest na maraming sinakripisyo, no, para matupad yung pangarap niya. And don't get me wrong, no. I think it's safe to say nasa journey pa rin siya. And this is what makes it interesting. Ayan. Kasi para sa akin, it's good that we can all together be on that journey. Kasi para dun sa siguro nag-uumpisa pa lang at nagtatanong, pwede ko rin bang magawa yun? Or yung nagtatanong na habang nandun na sila sa journey na yun, ito katulad ko pala. Or lastly, para dun sa may narating naman na, pinagdaanan ko rin yan. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to introduce to you our guest. Actually, siya magpapakilala sa sarili niya. Pero this is something na very, very important para sa akin because this episode will be about achieving our dreams. Yeah. Ayan. So, ang ating special guest, Tarag!
Hello po. Hello, everyone.
Anong pangalan po?
Ang pangalan ko po ay Liza Marie Gregorio.
At alam niyo po ba ako yung Uber driver? Yan ang pakilala niyo sa akin.
At siya po ang aking personal Uber driver.
Liza, kwento mo sa amin yung sino ka, anong ginagawa mo dito sa UK, and ano yung naging pathway mo dito?
Nagsimula ako dito sa UK noong 2017. Na-hire ako under dun sa same company ng sister ko. Same company nyo. Tapos they were hiring for the first time an occupational therapist from the Philippines. Kasi nung time na yun, na-include na sa shortage list yung OT dito sa UK. So that means daw they can hire from outside the country. So sabi na ate ko, why don't you try just applying? Kasi we don't know what to...
Walang mawawala.
Walang mawawala. Hindi ko dream pumunta ng UK at all. It was not in my mind. Ang gusto ko talaga is US. You know, the American dream.
Of course.
Tapos, but the problem with US is kailangan kong mag-take na exam tsaka masters just to be able to take the exam, which is, a lot of money. So sabi ko, okay, let's go there. And wala namang palang exam dito or anything na kailangan kong i-take. Just have to register to HCPC. Yun, yung parang NMC nyo. So I did that and fortunately, I got in. So I said, okay, let's just go to the UK, the monarchy awaits. Parang ganon. So I used the same company as yours and then I got in. They hired me sa Kingston Hospital. I worked there for the longest time as an occupational therapist in the acute setting. So we basically facilitate discharges from the hospital. We see elderly patients basically. Yun. And then we facilitate discharges to keep the patient flow sa hospital.
I see, which is very important.
Yeah, very important, especially in the NHS. And then after the pandemic, because of burnout, I think most of the NHS staff felt that as well. I went out. I said parang pagod na ako. Parang napagod ako dito sa nangyari sa 2 taon na ito. So, I went to the community and now I'm working there. I stayed there because I felt, work-life balance
Mas
talaga.
maganda.
As in, super relax. Hindi as relax na, oy, walang ginagawa. It's not like that. It's just because dun sa hospital, meron talaga silang pressure. Like bed pressures talaga na to move patients out. We didn't get to do much that we should be doing as OTs. So when I'm in the community, I'm at home with the patient. I'm seeing their environment. I can do what an OT does in their own setting. So
Yan.
it's much more fulfilling in a way.
Magandang sinabi mo yung what an OT does. Alam mo kami mga nurse, may galit kami sa OT. Ano ba ginagawa niyo mga yan? Pero bigyan mo lang kami ng brief overview. Wag naman yung buong overview lang. So, ayun, I think may nasabi ka na you facilitate yung discharge. Pero ito ngayon sa community setting, ano ba yung tinitingnan? Ano bang ina-assess? Ano bang ginagawa ng isang OT?
So in the community, we're more on, kasi there's different teams sa community. Parang nurses. You have district nursing, you have continence nurse, yung mga ganon. So kami, meron ding different teams for OTs. So yung, nagawa ko na lahat ng roles sa community as well. Merong hyper-acute OT, meaning to say, pag labas nila ng hospital, so discharge to assess team, we meet them at home and then we make sure that they have everything they need, equipment-wise, care-wise, support, so that they'll stay at home safely and independently. So yun in a nutshell.
Dito kasi importante yung
independence.
Siguro culturally speaking, kung meron nanonood nito from Pilipinas, medyo vague ano ba yung OT
Super
kasi
vague, yeah.
kasi sa Pilipinas ang alam natin may anak, kamag-anak, mag-aalaga, 'di ba? Pero dito kasi iba 'di ba? Malamang lalo na kung lokal sila lang pag-uwi nila, no?
Yeah.
Mga simpleng bagay na kung may hagdan ba yung bahay nila, kaya ba nila magluto, magbihis, yan ang tinitingnan.
Yeah.
Pinagtanggol ko OT di ako galit.
Hindi. So yun yung naging role ko in the community.
Alright, so at least alam na natin kung anong ginagawa mo. But what would have been nung pagdating mo dito, kasi nga unexpected, hindi mo naman talaga what would have been success for you dun sa nung pagdating mo dito na nasa UK na ako? How would you say na successful ako dito sa UK? Yung naisip mo?
So to be honest, dahil ang alam kong going abroad was the US based. So marami akong friends na nasa US. I know what's happening in their life. They have a house, a huge house, like 3-bedroom with a large garage and a large garden, and they have 3 cars. Yun. So parang sa akin, ang mindset ko ay, yes, when I go to the UK, higher ang pounds, di ba? Compared sa dollar. So ang inisip ko, I can achieve that quicker, or probably it's possible as well for me. I can have a house and, probably just 1 car. Yun yung success for me.
Nag-iba ba?
Pagdating ko, after a few years in the UK, na-realize ko, especially after the pandemic, more of peace of mind. Yung ma-achieve mo yung peace of mind, success na yun for me. And that includes yung stability mo sa job, with family, your relationships, financial stability. That gives you peace of mind. Ang saya na nun, success yun. Wala kayong sakit, yun, success.
Yung pangarap mo nag-iba.
Nag-iba talaga.
Pero may pangarap ka.
Meron pa din.
Na hindi nawala. So, sa mga hindi nakakaalam, I don't know kung anong mauunang episode, kung ikaw ba or yung parents mo. But na-interview namin yung parents nyo dito. And magandang daanan. Nakwento rin nila a little bit about your overview, but they didn't really tell us what was that. So, can you tell us yung start nung nag-aral ka sa college and then right now? Tapos ano yung pangarap mo doon in between na hindi nawala hanggang ngayon?
Nag-study ako sa UST. Tumasyan tayo. Yes, go stay. So, dapat talaga mag-physiotherapy ako, PT, sa UST. Pero hindi ako nakapasok, waiting list lang ako doon. Tapos ang ginawa ng UST, because rising pa lang yung OT, parang hindi pa siya well-known, ang ginawa nila is, come to OT for the first year, kasi it's just basic sciences, pareho lang kayo. And then you can transfer in second year sa physio kung gusto mo talaga. They will allow you. Sabi nga, as long as you pass your first semester, second semester without any fails, ganon. So sabi ko, okay, because I really want to be a physio para may pre-med to go to medicine.
So, yun
Yun yun. Yun
Gusto
yung
mo
reason.
mag-doktor talaga.
Gusto ko talaga magdoktor.
Okay.
So yung sabi ni ate, okay, she will help me daw for tuition kasi alam naman natin, mamahalin ang UST.
Oo.
And then what happened was, I got into the working scholarship. So San Martin de Porres in UST. That includes just 40 hours of working hours in the whole semester. So you can break it down. So one day, 2 hours ka lang.
Oo.
So you can finish it quickly, fairly quickly. Pero yung yung CRS kasi, yung college namin, yung OT, 7 to 7 siya every day. So
Demanding.
it was so hard to fit the 40 hours.
Oo.
Hindi, sabi ko, sa isip ko, madali lang yan. Kasi, madali lang yan, 30 minutes, 1 hour. And then, nung ginagawa ko na yung yung OT, sabi ko, ang hirap pala. So, what happened was, I worked Saturdays to fill in the gap. So, parang 8 hours Saturday, 8 hours ganun. So, it made it possible.
Oo.
Pero, ang hirap pa rin kasi you have to study after going back from working in, just like the library, mga ganun. Easy administrative job. Pero, yun yung ginawa ko. Naging scholar ako, and then, naging officer ako ng scholars na organization namin, Vicarios de Santo Tomas. And that, yun naging 100 na ako after that.
Yun
So,
support ng aral mo talaga.
Ang kailangan ko na lang nun is parang, syempre, yung rent, pay, and baon, ganun.
Naalala ko
gastusin.
pa, yung cellphone mo nawala.
Oo. Well, nag-work na ako nun. Tapos tinext kita, Kuya George. Nasnatchan ako.
Yan talaga ang buhay UST, no? Hindi na nangyayari talaga. Pero, going to that, syempre, yan, graduate ka na. Nagtrabaho ka ba kagad? After
Yes,
work?
nagtrabaho ko agad. Well, if you call volunteering trabaho. So, syempre, sabi kasi ng sister ko, kung gusto kong mag-work abroad, kailangan mo ng hospital experience. Kasi i-acknowledge nila yung more than private clinics, mga ganon. Yung occupational therapy kasi, more commonly, makikita mo kami sa clinics, private clinics. Kasi ang rising demand for OT in the Philippines is more for pediatrics. Like yung
This
ADHD.
is way back 2017.
Yeah. During that time. ADHD, yung mga autism, spectrum disorder, ganyan. So, makikita mo kami sa more on private settings rather than hospitals. Napakadalang ng OTs sa hospitals. So, sabi ko, okay, mag-volunteer ako in St. Luke's.
Okay.
Because it's a really nice name. I mean, renowned ang St. Luke's abroad.
Yeah.
Especially in the US.
JCI accreditation.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, sabi ko, okay, I'll mag-volunteer ako sa St. Luke's QC, Quezon City. Because that's where they're hiring. Basically, parang probation ka for 3 months.
Yes.
And then re-review ka nila yung performance mo. And then they will let you know kung pasok ka or what.
Yes.
So, yun yung ginawa ko. Nag-volunteer ako. Kaso, mabait akong tao. So, nung yung friend ko, naghahanap din siya ng work.
Ikaw ang mabait.
Mabait kasi akong tao. So, yung friend ko na naghahanap ng work, sabi niya, wala akong makitang work. Gusto ko din mag-abroad. Sabi ko, may isa pang hiring dun. May isa pang spot dun sa place, dun sa QC. So, sumali siya. Siya yung nakuha. So, sabi naman ng mami ko, okay lang yun. Baka hindi talaga for you yung St. Luke's. So, sabi ko, okay, fine. Nag-apply ako in other hospitals na nag-rotation ako during clinicals. Like, nakalimutan ko na pa. Sa not Makati Med, I can't remember, Medical City. Medical City, nag-apply ako doon. And Metropolitan Hospital, which is in Tondo, Manila. Somewhere there. Meron akong ka-close doon. So, doon ako natanggap. Sa Metro. So, naging CS ako doon ng OT interns. Nag-work ako doon for about 2 or 3 years before going to
Pero
UK.
At that time, kasi sinabi mo nga pre-med.
Yeah.
Tapos ito, nagtrabaho ka na. Nandun pa rin ba yung thought na, gusto ko maging doktor?
Yes. So, gusto ko talagang mag-medicine, di ba? So, after kong graduate, sabi ng parents ko, anak, wala tayong, alam mo naman, wala tayong pera pang medicine. Kasi sa Pilipinas talaga, kung mag-medicine ka, meron kang kaya. May kaya ka talaga. Meron kang pang-push.
Meron namang din
meron mga scholarships.
Pero very competitive.
Yes, exactly. Hindi naman ako, unfortunately, hindi ako gumaduate ng cum laude. hindi inabot. Konti na lang, pero hindi inabot. So, sabi ng parents ko, try mo kaya munang i-practice yung OT. Maybe, magustuhan mo siya. And if you really still want to become a doctor in 5 years, so parang nagbigay sila lang konting time frame, then go for it. Mag-ipon tayo, ganyan. So, sabi ko, okay. So, nag-OT ako. And then, UK happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, pero ito dahil meron lang akong information from your parents. Napakaganda nung sinabi nila when we interviewed them na nung dumating ka naman dito, sinabi mo sa ate mo, ako naman.
Oo.
So, even at that time, meron pa, nawala ba yung pangarap mo? Sabi mo, kasi ikaw na kumuha ng mantle eh. Sabi mo, ako na to. For a time ba, sabi mo, sige, hindi na ako magdo-doctor, parang imposible na.
So, nung dumating ako dito, syempre, iba yung OT dito sa OT sa Philippines. Super iba. As in, iba. So, parang sabi ko, explore ko muna yung OT dito. And then, kasi you can travel, you can go anywhere in Europe. Tapos parang, meron ka pa ring breathing space na sa naipon mo sa sweldo. Eh, dumating ako band 6. Si ate dumating kayo, band 5, di ba?
Huwag mo nang idiin.
Ay, sorry.
Hindi ko na nga sasabihin.
So, dumating kasi kami ng band 6 diretso. So, parang, tapos, 2 months na tax-free, di ba? Parang 3 months. Ang laki agad nung naipon namin.
So, gusto ko lang sabihin sa mga nanonood na hindi nakakaintindi. Yung sinasabi ni na isa na band 5, band 6. Sa NHS kasi, may bands
may senior levels, yeah.
So, ang mga nurses, unfortunately, pag dumating kami, band 5 talaga.
Yung starting.
Yung mga OT. Kaya kung napansin nyo, meron kaming onting galit. Kasi band 6 kagad sila. So parang kami, taon-taon kami bago umabot. But anyway, it is what it is. No? Yun na yun. Patawarin natin sila isa. Okay.
Sorry po. So, after nun, sabi ko, I will just enjoy my life at the moment. At the same time, yun nga, sinabi ko na, ako na yung magpapadala hanggang graduate yung bunso namin. Parang ganun yung thinking na para si ate naman, she can live her life parang ganun for herself.
So, kailan bumalik yung, tsaka ano yung naging parang light bulb moment mo? Pwede pala. Paano nangyari na? Pwede pala akong maging doktor ulit.
Yeah.
At nabuhayan ka. Give us a rundown paano yung nangyari.
So, one of the reasons probably kaya bumalik siya is after the pandemic, talaga na burnt out ako. Sabi ko, parang stagnant na ako sa career ko kasi I worked in the hospital for 6 years. And during that time, naikutan ko lahat ng specialty. Orthopedics, geriatric medicine, respiratory, GI, nag-ICU, OT ako. As in, ako yung nag-open up ng OT department sa ICU ng Kingston Hospital. Ako yung gumawa ng proposal para makakuha kami ng funding, ganyan. Tapos nung pagkatapos, umalis na ako. Kasi sabi ko, I don't feel fulfilled anymore. Parang wala nang na-improve sa potential ko. Parang gano'n, parang na-reach ko na yung maximum. Ceiling na. Parang plateau na siya. So, naiinis kayo mami ko. Every time na sinasabi ko, gusto kong ma-challenge. Gusto ko pa rin ma-challenge. And dun na bumalik yung thinking na gusto ko na ulit mag-medicine. Gusto ko nang i-pursue yung medicine. But during that time, mag-ILR and then kaka-ILR ko and then magbe-British citizen ka na after 6 years, di ba? So sabi ko, doon ako nag-research paano ako papasok ng uni, anong kailangan gawin.
Aral ulit eh.
Oo. So what happened was, nag-contact ako ng mga universities. Present ko yung curriculum ng UST, OT, and they said, kulang ka ng physics, inorganic chemistry. May mga units na kulang. Kasi meron silang specific units. For example, 6 units sa ganito, ganyan. Na hindi ko na-achieve dun sa OT. So, ang advice nila, i-take mo yung units na to. Which is, you can take using the Access to Medicine diploma. So, isa diploma na 1 year lang siya. Tapos, i-hit niya lahat ng kailangan mong units lahat for medicine.
Lahat ng kulang.
Regardless of what you had as a for example, meron ka ng ibang degree, it will fill those gaps. So, para siyang pre-med. Parang gano'n.
Parang
starter.
Starter pack. Para
starter pack for medicine.
Okay.
So, I did that and nag-take out ako ng loan for that. It's easy. Just literally, you just turn up on the day itself. You fill out the form, that's it. You're enrolled.
Pero I have to mention this, no? Hindi ito benefit. It's a loan.
It's a loan. It's a
Inutang
loan.
mo talaga
Inutang ko
siya. And
talaga.
you were available for that kasi by this time, British citizen ka na nun or ILR ka
Yes,
na?
British na ako nun.
Oo. So,
Oo, you can only get the loan once you become a British citizen.
hindi siya available for ano.
Yeah,
Okay.
yun yung public funds.
Okay.
So when I took the loan,
Teka lang. Ito yung magandang tanong. Magkano yun?
3,000.
3,000.
3,000 lang.
Oo.
What nila? I mean, compared sa utang ko ngayon.
Ayun. May precursor to.
Oo, meron
Compared
kasing
sa utang
ganun.
niya ngayon. Okay.
It's 3,000 pounds. Not it's exactly 3,000 pero around that. I think it's 3,120 parang ganun. Tapos they won't charge you or they won't ask you to repay the money until you earn a specific threshold in your income.
So medyo carry naman. Kasi hintayin ko munang
Oo, hihintayin nila ako na kumita ng this amount of money before they start to get.
Pero with interest ba yun?
Yeah. Pero parang you can barely feel it. Compared sa mga personal loans.
Sa personal loans. Okay.
Kasi they will tend to get like 128 pounds a month depending on your salary.
Okay. Sige. Nakuha mo na siya. Yan. It took you a year.
Diba? It took me 1 year. That's post-COVID. That's 2022. Tapos, nag-apply ako for 2023.
Yan ang tanong ko ngayon. So, paano na ngayon yung application? Tsaka saan ka napadpad? Anong university? Or pwede mo sabihin university. Pero, yung process. Kasi marami sa community natin nagtatanong paano yun. So paano yan?
Actually, before you can apply, you need to take the UCAT. Which is the University Aptitude Test. Parang ganon. You know, when you go to UP, di ba kailangan mo i-take yung UPCAT? It's just same, UCAT, basically. And they will depend your chance to get in the university based on the score.
Yun.
Kailangan
mo
Yun nga. Kailangan mong taasan yung grades mo.
Hindi rin yung parang darating ka lang na.
Oo, hindi yung mag-enroll po ako.
Ako kasi dati, nagganyan ako nung high school sa I think sa test yun sa Ateneo. Yun yung first na test ko. Wala nga akong lapis doon. Hindi so parang pagkatutin ko doon, shaggy. Wala kasi talaga doon. Yun yung parang rude awakening ko eh. Kaya when I finished that, alam ko, shucks, ganito pala mag-test. So, yun yung hindi ko na-prepare yung sarili ko. Pero I think ngayon yung mga bata, mas alam na nila yan. Pero in your case, how did you prepare for that? And then,
isa pa yan. So, while doing the 1 year access to medicine, nagwo-work ako niyan. Part-time.
Siyempre.
3 days lang yung yung college. They call it college instead of uni. 3 days lang yung college, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I work Thursday, Friday in the community, bank shift. Kasi hindi nila kayang i-afford yung flexible working in the hospital. Understandable kasi kailangan talaga na full-time doon. So umalis, that's when I went out as well. Di ba, nasa community na ako nun. So, nung nalaman ko na kailangan ko mag-take ng UCAT, nag-research ako, how do you prepare for UCAT? Actually, you need to prepare 6 months. At least 6 months. But during that time, hindi ko na-realize na ganun pala dapat siya seryosohin. As in, nag-prepare lang ako for 1 month.
Nag-cram ka.
Nag-cram ako. After kong pumasok, aral ako hanggang 12 midnight, ganyan. Gising na maaga, 6 a.m. Aral. Everyday. Pero after work, aral ulit, ganyan. As in, stress na stress ako nun. Stress na stress talaga ako nun. Kahit yung jowa ko, talagang sabi niya, you're so stressed, you're so tense. Sabi ko, I need to pass. Kasi you have to pay for the UCAT as well.
Ayun pa, may bayad pa pala yun. Walang libre. Magkano naman yun?
I think it was 50 pounds.
Medyo affordable.
Parang gano'n.
Saan nagtatrabaho kayo?
So, i-schedule mo siya. There's a time window for the UCAT, for you to take the UCAT. Pero normally, hanggang October lang siya. You take the exam. Tapos, yung tinake ko siya, I think it was 4 hours. And it's computerized. Super hirap.
Mahirap.
Super hirap. Meron siyang different components. Merong physics, may sciences, anything about sciences. Merong judgment. So, situational and judgment. So, parang meron silang bibigay na case.
Pero
and
multiple choice.
Multiple choice. And then, pipiliin mo yung most appropriate answer.
So, alam mo na ako, hula pa rin yung gagawin. Kasi
Oo.
hinahabol ko multiple choice eh.
Yun yung pinakamahirap yung situation na judgment. Kasi may mga universities na dun na lang talaga nila ibinibase. Wala silang pakialam sa aptitude mo, sa what you know. Mas
Tsaka
gusto
engagement.
nila yung ethics mo. Pero may mga universities naman na nakafocus dun sa sciences and stuff, sa knowledge more than the ethics or the behavior, ganon. So, after nun, so syempre, kaba-kaba, and then I got my result. Ang average score is from the previous year, kasi you can find out what the people did.
How they did the year before.
The average was 450.
Out of?
Out of 700, parang ganon, o 600, I can't remember. And then, ang nakuha ko is 454. So sabi ko, oh my God, average lang yung nakuha ko. Kailangan parang isipin mo kung gusto mo talagang safe is above average. Pero sabi ni mami, kung ibibigay yan, ibibigay. Okay, sabi ko, fine. I applied for UCAS in October for the 2023 cycle. Tapos, you can only apply into 2 universities in the whole UK. Out of the hundreds or whatever, how many universities you have, you can only apply to 2 per cycle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then you have a third option, but it cannot be medicine. So for that's your, parang yun yung second choice mo na course. Pero at least you have a fallback. Parang ganon. So nagtry ako sa Keele University. And somewhere up north. And kasi meron sila mga statistics sinasabi ng university. Kunwari, 99% admission rate. Ganon. Ibig sabihin, mataas silang kumuha. Pero ibig sabihin, marami mag-a-apply doon. Mataas yung competition. Parang ganon. So you have to find, depending on where you want, ang daming factors. Yung place, yung standing ng school, saka yung acceptance rate nila, ganon. So, kumuha ako sa Keele. And then, pinili ko parang Southampton.
Okay.
So, as my second choice. And then the third choice, I can't remember na. Pero parang biomed yung ginawa ko. Pero wala lang kasi yun. Sabi ko
kailangan mo lang may
kailangan ko na i-fill out. Kasi parang sabi ko, kung hindi ako mapipili sa either of these 2, that's it.
Ayaw mo na.
Sabi ko, I tried. At least I tried. Parang gano'n. And then, unfortunately, yung sa Keele University, nagpo-focus sila sa UCAT. And they pick the first,
yung matataas.
yung pinakamataas. Parang kunwari, first 500 students, that's it.
Na na-achieve yung score na.
Yung score na, hindi, yung pinakamataas, pababa.
So, siya yung isa, tapos 499 mas
Ganon. Or magkakapares sila ng grades, mga ganon. And then, meron pa silang waiting list after that. So, obviously, hindi ako natanggap doon kasi average lang nakuha ko. Malamang, 1 month lang ako nag-prepare. Sila siguro mga 6 months. And then you can pay pa a tutor, parang ganon.
Of course.
So, and then the other one, Southampton, di rin ako natanggap.
So ayawan na ba?
Oo, sabi ko, okay na. At least napulfill ko na yung sarili ko na you tried your best. Tapos, sabi nung jowa ko, wala na bang ibang schools na tumatanggap ng transferees, ganon. So, nag-research ako. Anywhere in outside Europe, ganyan, na mag-start ako doon and then dilipat ako dito sa UK. Ayun. So, may nakita ko, Antigua, American University of Antigua. So, obviously, in Antigua and Barbuda. Sa Caribbean to,
So, sa kabiling parte ito naman.
Oo, another continent. So, nakalagay doon that they can transfer a student at up to 8 a year in University of Warwick. That's where I'm
yun yung naging pathway mo.
Yun yung naging pathway ko.
Okay. So,
but that's easier said than done.
Ngayon, nasaan ka na sa stage ng medicine? Ilang taon pa?
So, meron pa akong, kasi medyo malapit na tayong matapos during this second year. Ang pasok ko is second year. Pero dahil graduate entry yung pinasok nila sa akin na course, 4 years lang yun. So, I still have 3 years. Pero dahil malapit na tayong matapos ngayong second year, 2 years more.
2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Pero ilang taon ka sa Antigua?
2.5. Yeah.
So, describe to us Antigua as a place.
Antigua
As a
has,
place mo
as a
lang.
place, expensive.
Sana ko sasabihin mo, maganda, beach, gano'n. Hindi mo
It's a
nakita yung ganda.
beautifully expensive place.
Oo. Hindi mo na nakita yung ganda, no?
Oo, hindi. As in, sobrang mahal.
Bago tayo mag-dive in, quick shoutout muna sa sponsor ng episode na ito, BC Remit. Bilang OFW, alam mo yung pakiramdam, katatapos lang ng sahod, tapos biglang, ping! Text from Pinas! Kailan ka magpapadala? Hindi naman tayo sa nagre-reklamo. Kaya nga tayo nandito sa abroad para sa ating mga pamilya. Pero minsan, pag nagpapadala ka, ang taas ng fees. Tapos ang tagal pa ng dating. Nakaka-stress, diba? Kaya dito sa Manifesting, we trust BC Remit. Filipino o ginawa to mismo para sa atin ng mga OFW. Whether nasa UK ka, USA, Canada, Spain, or kahit saan sa EU, diretso ang padala mo sa Pilipinas. GCash, Coins.ph, bank transfer, cash pickup, kung ano ang convenient sa pamilya mo, kaya yan. And dito sa Manifesting, we believe in investing in our OFW future. This means keeping your SSS and pag-ibig consistent. May BC Remit Pay rin sila para dyan. So kahit nasa ibang bansa na tayo, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang contributions natin. Or future you will thank you. Promise. Mabilis, mura, siguradong dumarating. And here's the Manong George deal. Kung bagong user ka ng BC Remit, gamitin mo ang ating code PinoyUK, 5 pounds off sa fees mo, plus special rate pa sa first transfer mo. Sulit na sulit, di ba? So download the BC Remit app, use the code PinoyUK, and your first transfer is free. Links are in the show notes. Safe, on time, siguradong dumarating with BC Remit.
So
Mahal.
ito, yan. Ito yung gusto kong i-focus natin dahil alam ko mahaba yung pinagdaanan mo and hanggang ngayon nandun ka pa rin sa...
Oo.
Magandang maintindihan kasi this is about manifesting. You gave up a lot kasi stable job eh.
Oo.
Okay naman. And sabi mo nga, band 6, I think band 7 ka na.
Nag-band 7 ako.
Manager ka na and you've done a lot. You've started a program sa isang reputable hospital. So that's very good in the CV, no? Pero, ayoko nang tanongin kung ilang taon ka na. Ano yung part ng sacrifice na yon na habulin ulit mag-medicine? Kasi nandun ka pa ngayon eh. Ano yung sa palagay, meron sa palagay ba you gave up something?
A lot. I really gave up a lot. Like, for example, yung sinabi mo nga na stable na yung job ko.
Oo.
Stable na ako financially. As in, super stable. I mean, in a way na, meron akong savings. Ganon. Kasi hindi ko na nga ina-expect na mag-proceed pa ako sa medicine. Tapos, syempre, gusto ko nang maisip na, okay, magpapamilya na ba ako? Or shall we look at buying a house?
Houses,
Oo, magse-settle down ka na, ganon. Lahat ng friends ko sa Philippines, almost all of them, nakakadalawang anak na, nakakatatlo na, meron ng, may family na sila, meron na silang, nag-progress na, mga fellow na sila, ganon. Kasi almost all of them nag-medicine. So parang, sabi ko, talaga bang gusto ko ba to? Kasi ihinto ko yung buhay ko para to pursue the dream. So, yung mag-progress, yung progression to family life, I have to put that on hold. Luckily, super supportive nga nung boyfriend ko, tsaka ng parents ko, ng family friends. Super supportive. Tas parang yung belief nila sa akin na, hindi, kaya mo yan. Kahit na, alam mo yun, syempre, I graduated in 2013 from UST. That's a long time ago. Tapos ngayon, babalik ka into studying.
10 years pala halos. Wow.
10 years. 2023 ako pumasok eh.
So did you ever feel you're starting from scratch again? Like, zero ulit yung start mo? Pero hindi zero eh. Kasi ang dami mo nang dinaanan eh, no? Talagang parang, ang laking konsiderasyon nyo. Pero were there moments na sabi mo, ito pa ba? Gagawin ko pa ba ito? Meron bang ganon?
Madami. Kasi dun sa Antigua, everyday, kailangan kong ipaalala sa utak ko, sa isip ko, bakit mo nga ba ito ginagawa? Kasi sobrang hirap. Ang hirap talaga ng medicine. Hindi siya madali. Siguro may 1% lang ng people na they will find it easy.
Natural.
Oo, naturally easy na parang, natural ka. Sige, okay, fine. Hindi ko na. Ganon. Ako, I love studying. I really do love studying. Talagang gusto ko na-challenge yung utak ko. Pero na nag-medicine ako, grabe.
Duuntog ba yung sa pader?
Sabi na, as in, wala akong breaks. Ganon siya. ang breaks ko lang physiological. Kain, tulog, punta sa banyo, ligo, transport, that's it. Pero wala akong break.
Kaya parang talaga yun, yung description mo ng Antigua, yung iba sabihin, ang gandang lugar to. Wala sa iyo.
Oo, wala sa
Hindi mo
akin.
nakita yun.
Kasi nasa library lang ako halos 24 hours, ganun.
And ito, yung financial aspect, paano yun? I mean, nasabi mo kanina, nag-loan ka. Paano na ito na, yung medicine proper? Kasi, give us an overview, magkano ba yung estimated cost pag nag-aral ng medicine sa
So,
UK?
kung dito ka sa UK, and you're a British citizen, madali lang siya. Kasi, you will get a loan from Student Finance England.
Magkano yung loan na yun?
So, kapag undergraduate entry, because there's 2 pathways to medicine. Undergrad is wala ka pang degree. Or kung meron kang degree pero hindi mo siya ipapakonsider when you're applying. So, that's undergrad. So, that's either 5 years or 6 years. In the graduate entry, which yung pathway ko, 4 years lang siya.
Okay.
So, ibig sabihin, pag nag-loan ka, i-reduce nila yung amount of loan na makukuha mo kasi 4 years ka lang. Siyempre, mas focus nila yung 5 or 6 years kasi mas matagal pa sila mag-aaral. So, yung ibibigay nila sa'yo is reduced rate, basically. So, kunwari, ang tuition fee ko ngayon ay, every course is the same, 10,000. Sabihin mo na 10,000 kasi it's 9,700 something. So, sabihin na natin 10,000. Ang gagawin lang nila is half. Ipapaloan nila sa'yo half.
Kalahati.
In the graduate entry. In the undergrad, you get the whole.
Kaso graduate ka.
Oo, graduate entry ako. So, I get the half. But, because you're studying medicine and meron pang ibang, I think, dentistry, medicine, dentistry, nursing, midwifery, parang ganon. The NHS will give a bursary, which will fill the other half. So now, I'm getting a bursary and I'm also getting a loan. The bursary is free. You don't have to pay it back. Yeah. Tulong yun ng NHS kasi they will get you after you graduate. And then, so yun lang. So, sabihin na natin 5,500 yung utang mo a year.
A year. Oo. So, kaso nasa ilang years ka na ngayon?
So, second year, third year, fourth year. So, sabihin mo ng 15,000 yung magiging utang mo. Kasi yung other half will be through the NHS bursary.
Pero yung pathway mo, nagpunta ka na...
Oo.
So, paano naman yun? Kasama ba yun sa NHS bursary?
No. So, ang nangyari is, because it's a private university, American university, I had to take an American loan, private loan from America. But before you can do that, syempre kailangan may cosigner. Kailangan may cosigner ka na American citizen. Kasi they need her social security number.
Komplikado pa.
Yeah, kasi para pag hindi ako nagbayad, siya yung hahabulin. Ganun.
Grabe pala. So, magkano yung range na lang? Parang parang nararamdaman mo yung sakit lagi pag ino mo binabalik yung tanong dun sa
Sa university na yun, it's per semester ang bayad. Hindi katulad dito sa UK na whole year. Covered na. Per semester is $20,000 US.
Ilang taong ka dun?
2.5.
Ayaw ka na mag-compute. So bakit tumutok? 20,000 US.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Pero, there's a catch. Ang catch is, the loan will only offer 75% of the tuition fee.
So meron ka pa
So meron akong binabayarang 5,000 every semester. Cash on hand. Or itatransfer mo sa kanila. Upfront.
So, paano mo yun na-mitigate?
Yun. So, ang nangyari is, di ba meron akong savings? Kasi parang during that time, 2023, from 2017, yun, lahat ng naipon ko, yun yung naging baon ko in Antigua. So, 5,000, okay, pambayad. And then pagbalik ko, and then meron akong 2 months or 1 month of break, work.
Trabaho lang.
Work lang.
Naalala ko yun Hindi
work
nga
lang.
namin nakikita.
Oo. As in, work lang talaga ako. Tapos locum ako. So, higher pay. Kahit na 8 hours lang, pero higher pay pa rin.
So, para doon sa mga hindi nakakaintindi, ang locum is parang
agency.
Siyempre, hindi naman, ibig sabihin extra work, parang overtime rate yan, minsan. Hindi ko sinasabi lagi. Pero extra work yun sa iba kasi kinukuha ka nila dahil kulang yung tao.
Kulang yung staffing nila. So, tapos band 7 pa. So, medyo, yun yung nag-help to parang i-fill in yung 5,000 na kulang panggastos ko doon.
Oo.
Alam mo ba, ang baon ko lang doon every semester is $300.
Oh, wow. So, paano mo yung
$300.
pinagkakasya?
Tipid.
Hindi, naalala ko yan, no? Nagbabaon ka talaga ng
Oo,
dilata.
everyday nagbabaon ako ng breakfast, lunch, dinner kasi hanggang gabi ako sa library.
Ah,
Tapos uuwi lang ako sa bahay para matulog, maligo. Kinabukasan same. Tapos parang meal prep lang ako every weekend. Ganyan.
galing.
Ganun lang.
Iisin ka
As
talaga,
in.
no?
$300. Samantalang yung mga klase ko, a day nakaka $50 sila.
A day.
A day. Kasi yung pagkain doon sobrang mahal.
Oh, kasi isla,
Oo.
imported
So
na.
bumibili lang sila everyday. Ganyan. Cool. Minsan may mga nagbabaon pero not as much as me.
Ikaw talaga yun.
Ako na talaga.
Wow. How did that change your identity? Kasi I bet nung nandito ka, nasabi mo kanina, nagta-travel ka na, masaya ka na, nag-iba yung yung viewpoint mo. How did that, what sacrifices you had to, para yung lifestyle na yun? Anong naramdaman mo?
So, yun nga, every time, pag nandun ako, ang communication ko lang with family is obviously Facebook Messenger or ganun. Tawag-tawag, ganyan. And then, pag nandito ako, work lang talaga. Wala akong holidays, wala akong labas, siguro yung labas lang, like, kunwari, kakain tayo dyan sa labas, ganyan lang, ganun lang. Pero walang travel anywhere for the past 2.5 years kasi hindi kaya. Mas tatrabaho ko na lang yun kesa lilibot ako, ganun. So, yung social life ko, put on hold. Although yung mga friends ko, ang ginagawa na lang nila, they come to me. Yun, just to see me, ganun. And so, obviously, may boyfriend, ganyan.
So, anong pinaguhugutan mo? Paano mo nagbago lahat eh? Parang 180 degrees.
Oo.
So, anong pinaguhugutan mo?
Pinaguhugutan ko, syempre, hindi kinaya nung savings ko and nung pag-work ko every break time, yung lahat ng expenses. Kasi there's one point na naoperahan ako.
Oh, meron pang health care.
Yeah. Naoperahan ako. So, yun talaga, yung nag-GoFundMe ako. Tapos, syempre, marami akong na-receive na support. Wink-wink, ganon. So, pero hindi pa rin kasya yun nun. Ang nangyari is, naglo-loan yung parents ko sa Philippines. Para lang padala sa akin. Grabe, sabi ko, oh my God. Pero sabi nila, kasi gusto namin ma-achieve mo yung dream mo. Kasi pangarap din nila yun. Pangarap namin, pangarap nila. So, ay nako, tirap na ako. So, sabi ko, failure is not an option. Yun talaga, everyday. That's why, hindi ko, parang yun eh, learning without error. May ganun na, na theme sa OT na, yung mga kids, we will teach them in a way na they will not fail. Para mag-get nila yung goal namin. So, yun yung inisip ko, sabi ko, kailangan kong pumasa. Kahit anong mangyari. Kahit na, hindi ka pwedeng bumagsak. Kasi pag bumagsak ka, down the drain, lahat ng money, lahat ng sacrifice. So, sabi ko, hindi ko kaya yun. I don't have a face to show them. Sabi ko, gano'n. Kahit na itatanggapin nila ako, I know, pero sobrang sakit nun for everyone. Gano'n. So, sabi ko, yun nga, failure is not an option. And talagang everyday, laban. Laban talaga.
Pero alam mo, ako lang sabihin sa'yo, no? So, when we were having discussions kami na Ate Paz mo, no? Nung una, sabi ko, alam ba nila yung pinapasok niya? Sabi ko, parang I would have to admit, doubter din ako noon. Pero alam mo, you really can convert people. Ako talaga nakita ako, sabi ko. Kaya nga, sabi mo nga, wink-wink.
Oo.
Nung sabi, Kuya George, baka may tulong kayo. We were really happy to help. Kasi sabi namin, we love to help people that are chasing their dreams. Kasi usually dreams are not just us.
Yeah.
There's a village behind you. So, naisip namin, sino pa ba tutulungan namin kundi yung diba? So,
yes.
Ayan, kaya kami, we're so proud to see you fly. Kaya nga parang namin kung kahit yung mga simpleng bagay, pag-drive kita, wala naman sa akin yun, di ba? Wala naman.
Meron namang pandesal minsan. Tara!
May suhol.
Oo, may suhol.
Pero, ayun, pero ito, siguro kasi, kaya rin natin to kasi we are inspired by your story. You never gave up and you're still in that journey.
Yeah.
Hindi pa rin tapos. para dun sa mga OFW na nasa stock, hindi lang sa nurse. Kasi maraming nurse na sa community natin, no, na medyo they feel downhearted. Ito na ba to? Katulad dun sabi mo, they've reached their ceiling. Tapos yung iba, they want to revisit their dreams. So, ikaw, anong masasuggest mo sa kanila? Those na nandoon. Kasi, yung iba kasi romanticized eh. Parang akala nila, ay, dali lang yan. Ano magagawa ko yan? Kasi, follow your passion. Medyo sagas-gas yan. Pero evidently, kikita ako sa'yo, hindi siya,
Hindi lang.
passion is with friction. Masakit minsan. So, anong ma-advise mo sa akin?
Naisip ko nga, if yun yung pakiramdam mo, which is, hindi ka na talaga masaya, tapos hindi mo nakikita yung sarili mo doing this for the next 5 years, yun nga, yung look around. Tapos isipin mo sa sarili mo, kasi ikaw lang makapagsabi kung ano talaga yung gusto mong
Mahirap
gawin.
yung pag sinabi mo, sabi kasi ni Manong George.
Oo nga, oo. Sabi niya, mukha kang magaling dyan, so dyan ka na lang. Ganun. Hindi.
Dapat ikaw alam
Ikaw
mo.
talaga, kasi katulad ako, nung sabi mo nga, hindi madali. As in, hindi talaga, sabi ko, hindi madaling pumunta ng medicine. Tapos, there's doubt na, dapat ko pa ba itong ituloy? Or, mali yata to, ganon. Pero kailangan mo na lang ituloy-tuloy talaga. So, kapag napasubo ka, kailangan to make sure na gusto mo talaga yung path na pupuntahan mo. Kaya,
Kasi,
you have to examine yourself.
hindi siguro tanong kung may hirapan ka eh. No? Ang tanong kung kakayanin
Kung kakayanin mo, kung gusto mo ba talaga.
Also, it's important to mention, you prepared.
Yes,
Oo.
yeah.
Hindi ito parang pupunta
Bigla na lang.
Dito na ako, resign ba?
Oo, ganun. Hindi.
Talagang nag-prepare ka. Kasi savings mo inubos mo. And by that time, ilang taon ka na sa UK nun?
7 years.
So may naipon ka na.
Oo, yun nga.
Oo, tapos...
Pangbahay yun. Tapos, iba nga, pinagrito mo ko. Sabi,
Wag mo
tinanggal
na
ko yung
sabihin, pinagalitan
ISA.
kita.
Kinuha ko sa ISA. Tapos sabi niya, bakit?
Grabe, di ba? So you gave up a lot. No? And for your dream. Pero ang maganda dito, parang yung pangarap mo, pangarap ng lahat eh.
Oo.
No? And everybody's pushing you and rooting for you. So, looking back, kung sakaling halimbawa, matapos ka na bukas, graduation na bukas, would you do it all over again?
Hindi na.
Akala ko yung romanticize
Hindi.
mo.
I will do it differently.
Talaga.
Yan,
What would you do differently then?
Kasi nung pumasok ako ng AUA, we didn't know the nitty-gritty details talaga. Hindi namin alam. Pagdating ko lang doon, tsaka ko lang nalaman, kailangan mo na palang bayaran yung loan mo while you're studying. Which is, parang akala ko 15 years pa.
Loan eh, di ba?
After mag-graduate. Tapos bilang meron palang fine detail doon na, no, you have to pay the interest the moment you start medicine. So up until now, I'm still paying, yun nga, yung monthly. Kasi kung hindi, they will chase my aunt dun sa US. So syempre, nakakaya naman yun, di ba? Yun, hindi ko na factor in yun. Kasi I didn't know that part. Tapos, I didn't know na 75% lang ng tuition fee ko cover ng loan. So meron biglang may 5,000 akong kailangang bayaran every semester. That's a huge amount of money. It's like 5,000 pounds, sabi mo na lang. So yun yung mga factor na hindi ko napaghandaan kasi hindi ko alam.
Although nag-research ka na, hindi pa ganun ka readily available yung information na yun.
And also, the school told me, AUA told me na sa internship ako papasok. Pag nag-transfer ako sa Warwick, 3rd year, dapat. And then, suddenly, binalik na ako ng 2nd year.
So, plus 1 year?
Plus 1 year. Supposedly, dapat 2 years na lang.
Oh gosh.
So, yun yung mga things na hindi ko na-factor in dahil hindi ko alam. Kahit na tinry kong alamin lahat ng kailangan ko alamin.
So, siguro ang magandang rin dyan, be ready for
Be ready for any,
kasi
any
meron
emergencies.
talagang hindi mo makuha kahit nag-research ka no? Kahit may AI siguro, mahirap masabi.
Hindi niya ang alam yun Kasi ang alam na AI, no, UK universities, they don't accept transfers from outside the UK for medicine. Except if there's an acceptable route between kapag meron na silang agreement.
So talagang research mo talaga.
Oo, wala talagang nakakaalam. Kahit yung mga klase ko sa Warwick, saan kayo galing? Ba't bigla na lang kayong sumulpot? Kasi meron akong
kasabay last year.
Parang sino ka?
Sino to?
Sabi ko, I transferred. From where?
From the beautiful and expensive island of Antigua. Kasi hindi mo talaga nakita
Hindi talaga. No.
Alright, so what has this journey, yung journey mo, taught you about sacrifice?
I think, kasi nung dumating ako sa UK, para sa akin, ang sacrifices, parang ang dali lang niya sabihin.
Mm.
Nung pinag-aral ako ni ate sa USC, parang, oh yeah, nag-sacrifice siya.
Ah.
Parang, alin dun? Parang gano'n. Parang binibigyan lang naman niya ako ng money, gano'n. Tapos nung ako na yung gumagawa, ang dali lang niya talagang sabihin, pero pag ikaw na, ang hirap. Pero kung alam mo kung para saan, kaya mo.
And what has this whole experience taught about yourself? Anong natutunan mo na, ito pala ako?
Resilience talaga. Resilience. Oo, kasi nung first time, pumunta ako dito sa UK with a clean slate. Wala akong expectations, wala akong parang baseline. Wala naman akong kakausapan na, "Uy, pumunta ka ding UK, right? OT
Oo.
ka." At least yung parang nurses, you can speak to other fellow nurses nung time na yun. Ako wala. So I just went here and then they dropped me in the deeper end and then I learned to swim by myself. So, sabi ko kung kaya kong gawin yun from one continent to another and then go to another continent, parang ganun lang yun sabi ganun, kaya mo yan.
Parang ang hilig mo mag-swimming
Oo
lagi sa
nga eh.
dagat Laging bagong-bago.
Pacific na,
tapos
Atlantic.
Oo,
Yan,
diba?
oo.
Grabe.
So, resilience talaga.
Alright.
Pero if you put your mind into it, kaya mong
Kakayanin.
gawin.
So lastly, Liza, tinatanong natin lahat ng guests natin dito. For you, what is manifesting?
Yes, ginugol ko na yan. Charot!
Sa Google na kami. Wow naman.
So, para sa akin, yung normal word na manifesting is yung parang you demonstrate through your actions, your thoughts. Yun. Something. So, if it's manifesting, for me, it's like manifesting your dream financial state in your life through your actions and words or ganon, thoughts. And para kasing, merong dating parang quote na, if you really thought hard about something, the universe will conspire to make it happen. Para feeling ko it's the same concept. If you're acting it out, it will eventually happen. Parang ganon.
And in your case, ang talagang pangarap mo is maging doktor.
Maging doktor talaga.
And lahat ng hirap na to, financially, tinitiis mo, laban mo. Pero,
para maging
hopefully,
doktor.
you get there. And for you, this is so worth it?
Yes. Kasi nag-rotation na kami sa hospital ngayon. Tapos nag-rotation kami sa GP. We assess patients, we interview patients, we do physical examinations with them. Nagpunta na ako sa theaters. I've seen so many operations too. Ayoko mag-surgery. That's for sure. Pero parang nakikita ko na talaga as in excited na ako.
Malapit na.
Ang gusto ko lang naman talaga is maging parang instrument of healing. Na para maging instrument of healing ni God, talagang makatulong sa ibang tao. That's it. Kasi kung gusto ko maging mayaman, hindi medicine yung pupuntahan ko.
It's more than money. Manifesting money.
Kailangan talaga may passion ka.
This is manifesting your dream. And gusto ko lang sabihin to Lai, you inspire us.
Thank you.
Sana pagbutihin mo and may you achieve your dream.
Hopefully, yeah.
Sige. Ayan. So, thank you so much. And, ayan, sa mga katulad ni Liza that is dreaming and very passionate to achieve their dream. Hindi pa only yan lahat. Pero hindi siya magiging madali. So, you need to not just manifest but also manifest and be prepared. Dahil, sabi ko nga kanina, passion has friction. Kailangan talaga yun. Well, hindi sa kailangan talaga pero yun talaga yun para achieve it. Again, thank you po.
Thank you so much, Madam George. Thank you, everyone.
Bye for now.